Good morning. Good morning. Latanya Creighton, realtor with We Shine Realty Experts. Just wanted to jump on this morning and give you 5 tips for new landlords. So if you are that person or you know a person that has bought a new house, maybe they have upgraded and they're renting their old house, or you are a new investor and you are buying and holding, and so you're renting the property out. These are 5 tips that will help you be successful if you're going to manage these properties yourself. So as a former property manager, I'm going to give you just a few things. Of course, there are a whole lot more, but these are just a few things that are very important when you are managing your own property. So 1, you want to treat your rental property like a business. So oftentimes when we're first starting out, we may deal with people that we are familiar with as it relates to renting. Whatever business processes that you have put in place, you want to make sure that you ensure that you are following those processes. Even if you are familiar with that person, it will save you in the long run in the event any type of issue arises. 2, you want to make sure you have a rental application, like an actual paper written application, and you want to also, or electronic version, and you also want to have a spelled out and clear rental screening process. So you want to ensure that anybody that has interest in your house, or your property, that you do a rental application and you screen them consistently the same way in order to prevent any type of discrimination claims, or people feeling that anything that will arise that will cause some type of legality. You want to make sure that you screen the people the same way and you have an actual rental application. 3, you want to have a written lease. So oftentimes when we are starting out renting, we are renting to those that are familiar with us, but you do not want to do it verbally. You want to have a written lease, and I encourage you to actually have that lease vetted by an attorney. You want to make sure that your lease is compliant with all landlord tenant laws, and you want to ensure that you have the clauses in there necessary to protect you financially and to protect your property. So ensure you have a written lease that is vetted. 4, you want to, whatever is listed in your lease, enforce what is in your lease. So enforce the rules and the lease clauses that you have in your lease. When you start to rent, or you're renting to somebody, if you're charging a late fee, charge the late fee. If you start out as a very lenient landlord, then when the time comes for you to have to, enforce that lease, it's going to be very difficult for the resident, because that is not what they're accustomed to. You have to remember that this is a relationship, a business relationship. So ensure that if you want your residents to follow the rules, you yourself have to also follow the rules. And then 5, make sure you are keeping detailed records. I can tell you so many stories as a property manager where having documentation has covered me and whoever I was employed with. It is so very important that you keep detailed records. With property management, we like a lot, just in life in general, everything is going electronic. There's nothing wrong with keeping electronic records. However, I would encourage you to have a hard copy. It's always best to keep the original. And I would say at a very minimum, keep those records for at least 5 years, 3 to 5 years post them moving out. So make sure you're keeping very detailed records. It will save you in the long run. Again, those are just 5 tips. If you are renting your property for the first time, you're a first-time investor that is renting and you are managing them yourself. So 1, treat your property like a business. 2, you want to make sure you have a rental application and a set out screening process, and you're screening consistently the same way. 3, make sure you have a written lease, and the lease is vetted by an attorney, so you are compliant with landlord tenant laws. 4, enforce and follow the rules, both you and your residents. And then 5, keep detailed records. So those are just 5 tips for new landlords. If you have any questions or need additional information, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My name is Latanya Creighton. I am a realtor with We Shine Realty Experts. You all have a great and wonderful day.